Hi guys, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'd like to share with you a men's mini wallet. I actually made this wallet for my mini album you would have seen in the previous videos, A Proper Gentleman by Graphic 45, and I included this in it. Now RJ from Choco Drop 2, he requested a tutorial for this. Sorry RJ, it's taken a while to get around to doing this. Finally here. Okay, so pretty simple wallet to make. I'm just going to variate the version of this one. I used my Stampin' Up! Punches here, Modern Label, and just the label punch as the enclosure. Okay, pretty basic guys. This wallet was made with leftover papers for the album as well. And this is perfect for Father's Day if you're going to give gift cards, or you can stick photos in there. So, or you can put money in here as well. So pretty simple to make. However, I have done an altered version of it. We'll make it together. I've got the measurements and everything here. Okay, so let's pop this aside. Now, what you'll need to do is pick your cardstock out, and if you want designer paper on there as well. Okay, so I'll just get my bits and pieces together, and let's see. And of course, as usual, you never have your measurements around you when you need them. So, okay, I'll do it freehand, I guess. That's what we'll do. Freehand. Okay, so your base, which is your front cover of your wallet, is 9 inches by 3.5. I've got it here, or 3.5. All right, and then what I've done is made this 8.5 by. And this is the inside of the insert, 8.5 by 3.25. Okay, I wish I could have found that. Oh, here it is, yeah. So this one is 9 inches by 3.5. Oh, sorry guys. 9 inches by 3.5. And this is 8.5 by 3.25. Okay, and what I've done is scored this inside piece at 4.25, and this one I've scored at 4 7/16 by 4 9/16. Now, if you don't know those measurements, all you do, easy peasy, is line it up at the line before the 4.5 inch score. Or cut line, whichever, and the one after the 4.5. Okay, so you will have a little bit of a binding there. Okay, so we've got our two pieces for the inside. Now, what I've done in this one is actually, sorry guys, it's not going to focus, is actually made some hinges for this particular piece here. So all I've done is cut it at 1.5 by 3.25. Now what you'll need to do is take off a smidgen, because you might have a bit of an overhang, not sure. Okay, and then I've just scored it at 3/4 of an inch and folded it in half. Alright, so you'll need 2 of those. You will also need 2 pieces cut at 4 3/4 by 1 inch and scored at 1/4 inch either side. Okay, and these are tiny, right? You'll also need your paper to layer on it. Now, what I've done for my wallet today is I've used the Tim Holtz papers, and it is from the Ideology, the Lost and Found collection. Love these papers. Okay, I generally eyeball these if I'm photomatting. I generally eyeball, get my pencil out and mark it. I like to leave a bit of a border around it. Some people like to cover it all up. So, once again, your choice. What I've done is cut out 2 of these pieces. Okay, and that's my second piece here. So here are all the pieces, and hopefully I can get it all in shot. Okay, and you've got the 2 hinges, then you've cut out these 2 pieces. You will also need 2 pieces cut out by 4 1/4 by 2 inches. Okay, so 2 pieces of those. And what I've done once again is I've got my mats to cover it. I've picked out my colours to go over the top. Okay, I've also cut out an extra 2 pieces here, which measure 4 1/4 by 2. And they will go on my inside piece here, and you'll see as we tape it down, sorry guys, as we tape it down, you'll see what I mean. Okay, and then you've got your layering bits on these pieces too here at the 4 1/4. So have everything cut out. It makes it easier when you are putting it together. All right. What I've done as well is I've cut out my front bits, and I've used the license plates on these ones, or the rego plates, whichever you like to call them. I've used to change it up for the closure, I've used my Stampin' Up! Tab Punch. You'll need a magnet for this as well, 2 magnets, so positive and negative. And I've also decided to use cello bags in this as well, so you can stick photos in there. Once again, like I said with the cello bags, I suggest you put your photo mats in and your photos first before you tape them down. Okay, this will, because it's got 2 sides, you've got opportunity for full photos in there as well. So this is great for granddads as well, who love pictures of their grandkids. Okay, so once we've got everything cut out, we are going to put it together. All right, so let's start. Now you will need to use wet glue with this. I've used my Scotch quick dry adhesive, and hopefully I've got enough left for this tutorial, my luck. Yeah, I've got bits and pieces. All right. Easy, easy, easy. All right, let me see what we're going to do first. You can use tape on the front cover to mat. You can use your tape to mat, but for purposes of this video. Now, what you're going to do, before you actually mat the front of the cover, or before you mat any of the pieces, I've actually distressed it with my Tim Holtz ink, and I've used frayed burlap on my ones here. You can choose not to do it. Here, you'll see that I've actually used, I'll pop it up here, I'm not sure if you can see it. I've actually used my black pen to do faux stitching on there. You can do that if you like as well. Totally up to you. Okay, so I will need another magnet. What I've done is actually use some dots, my little glue dots from Stampin' Up! To give these magnets a little bit more adhesion. I find that the sticky stuff on the back of these magnets tend to peel off, so they don't really hold too good. So I like using that bit of extra stick on my projects. So what I'll do is, let's see. Okay, we will glue this down, so bear with me. Now you can have this exposed if you want, or you can put designer paper on it and what have you. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this down, so then that way I've put wet glue on it. Okay, that way it'll determine on where my magnet's going to go. And of course, as usual, I've stuck it on the wrong side. So let me switch it up a bit, guys, and I'll take that, peel that off. Okay, and so much for quick tutorials. It just never seems to happen, does it? Alrighty, I'll just stick my glue dot on the back there. Okay, so I've stuck my glue dot on the back. What I'll do is, what you probably need to do is move it down a bit before it does stick down. Just make sure you've got it centered as well. Okay. That's my phone going off. Alright. So what you'll need to do is just separate the magnets. And just give me a minute to do this, guys, and then I'll show you. Right. So we've got our magnet here. Both of our magnets. Okay. So now what you can do is, I tend to fiddle around with it more because if I'm going to leave a border around my paper, I might have to move my magnet over a bit, or move this over a bit. So you have to fiddle around with it, just so that you know where you're going to put your magnets. Okay, so all done there. Then all I'm going to do is, that'll be the back side, is cover the front of my paper, of my wallet. So I just want to trim it down a bit. Like I said, I like to leave a bit of a border around it. If you guys don't, that's fine. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's just what's appealing to your eye. Okay, so I'll just mat it and give it a quick glue around. Okay. And it's good using the wet glue sometimes. It can, it gives you time to manoeuvre it around, and so you can get things straight. The only thing I don't like sometimes about some wet glues, it leaves a shiny residue afterwards. It might say it dries clear, but it actually leaves a shiny residue. So if you have got some overhang of the glue, you can tell where it's actually come out. So unless you find a wet glue which is matte. Okay, so that's the front of our cover there. So what I'll do is, because I've changed my position there, I will glue that back down on this side. If it'll go. Alright. Okay, and then I'll use my wet glue once again to do the other side. Alrighty, pretty simple. Like I said, pretty quick and easy to make. And just make sure you've got your, when you flip your wallet over, you don't, you flip it around the right way so that you've got the number plates facing the same way. You don't want to be doing it upside down. Okay, so you've got the front of your wallet and the back of your wallet. You can stamp this, or you can cut another half of that punch and layer it on top and trim it down. That'll look pretty cool. Okay, the inside of it. Now, before you do start layering anything, I just want to get my cutouts. I'm pretty sure these are smaller. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, oh, there it is. That's my inside. So you need the inside insert. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually just layer these mats that I've cut out on top of there, and you'll see it as I go along. You'll see why. Okay, so you want to do this next. Meanwhile, you get glue everywhere, right? Okay. All right. So I'll move the cover out the way and wipe that glue away. Once again, I've distressed my edges on this with the Tim Holtz frayed burlap. You can use different distressing, it's up to you. Now, when I've cut mine, because it only folds in the middle, I've only got one score line in the middle, I've made sure I have left a border around here, because if you do butt it up to this score line, you'll find that it probably won't fold as easily. Okay, so I will do both of those sides. Just make sure I get the right. Okay, so we'll do the next side. And these are so much fun to make. Like I said, great to use with your scraps. It's all about getting value for money, guys, right? Okay, there we go. You can just move it along. Doesn't dry too fast, which is done in my case. I'll just peel that off. Always the way. Always the way. Okay. I'll probably have to re-glue it in the end because it's dried too quick. Okay, all done. No, peeled off, dried too quick. Too slow, you snooze, you lose, right? Okay, let's try this again. And get it on there. Alrighty, done and done. Okay, so we've got our 2 bits covered. Next you're going to place your, let me see what we'll do next, your bits here, which measure 4 4¼ by 2. Now what I suggest you do is actually cut a slither off. So once again, when this is folded over, it's not going to, you know, they're not going to bang against each other, right, like this. Hopefully I've left enough space, yeah. And you won't have an overhang on it. Okay, so cut a slither off on either side. And then that'll give you plenty of room. I'll probably cut a bit too much off, but that's fine. Okay, and then just dress it back over again. Okay, now I'm going to mat my pieces again before I glue them on. So mat what you need to first before you assemble it. Oh, excuse me. And the glue's clogging up. You just love it when your glue clogs up. And just make sure you cut your designer piece as well a little bit smaller too. Okay. I'll turn it. No, I'll do that side. Oh, where is it? There we go. Okay. Alright. You just love it when they clog up. Alrighty, this is just a bit rough. As you can see there, I didn't cut off enough of a border, but that's fine. It doesn't bother me. Okay, so what you're going to do now, this is going to be a pocket, and you will need wet glue for this, okay? So what you need to do is put glue on 3 sides, alright? So just let me unclog my glue, guys. Whoa, that's all come out. Okay, so I'm going to put my glue on 3 sides. Now you can use Tim Holtz Adage tickets in these, or journaling tickets as well. You can write a little note to whoever's receiving the wallet with the gift card or with the money in it, or you can do both. Okay, what I've done is just line it up with my bottom, okay, and then stuck it down. Alright, and when that's dry, that'll create a little pocket. And so you do that to both pieces on 3 sides. You cover with the glue. And just make sure it doesn't dry out on you in the meantime. Okay. Just a thin line, and it'll still hold it enough. If you use tape, you will probably need to put hinges on it, because otherwise your tickets and whatever you've put in their gift cards and stuff will stick to it. Okay, now on these little ones, I've actually put little hinges on the back, so you'll need to put a bit of wet glue on there, or you can use tape if you like, they're tiny, and a bit of wet glue down the bottom, so you're still covering your 3 sides. What I'll do is mat mine first, so I'll get these pieces here, and I'll just put some wet glue on there as well. And hopefully I haven't gone, gee, on 20 minutes already, guys. Okay, so this is going to take a while to upload. Alrighty. I might need to break it down in 2 parts so I can get this uploaded. Okay. And just glue it down on top of the other ones there. Okay. And once again, you might need to cut these down as well and do your bring your hinges in a bit more, or you can simply leave it out and not put hinges on there. That might make it a bit easier to glue down too, guys, as well as for your measurements. It might be easier. Okay, so what I might do actually is I'll just cut these hinges off now. I probably haven't left enough of a border around there, but that's fine. Okay, so once again, 3 sides. Just make sure you've got the right way on the designer paper before you glue it down so that it's not upside down. Okay, and we're just going to glue that down. Okay, so you've created your 3 pockets there. That's the inside of your wallet. Right, and we can stick our tickets in there. Okay, simple as. Next, what you're going to want to do is get your little bags here, your cello bags with your photo mats inside. Now, what I've done is folded it over. Okay, so I'm just going to tape that backing down. Now, what we're going to do is, I will show you because you will need to cut some off. All right, so I'll tape it about there. Okay. Right. So I've taped that down, and then that'll be the one flip there. Just make sure you get it straight in the first place, guys, then there'll be no messing around. Okay, and the other one will just simply go on top. And I'll do the same thing with that one. I'll kind of eyeball it with my tape. And just fold it over. Okay, and take this sticky part off as well. Alright, so we've got that done. That's our wallet done here. You've got photos here, and then you've got your little pockets.